Hello sunshines, welcome to Bunnyfish Crafts. Today is Saturday, I believe it's the 23rd of May. It's Memorial Day weekend and it is very overcast, but I can't bring myself to turn on the ring light because I have a migraine. So, hi. It's not a super bad migraine, it's just like it's pinpoints of pressure in my face. But I figured I could do a knit and chat with you today because I don't really have anything content-wise to put out. And it's currently past when I normally schedule my videos and I just couldn't be bothered. Because it's the end of the school year. I am fully in burnout. I've been in burnout for probably a month and a half now. So basically I'm just exhausted and undermotivated. I mean, there's lots of other things too. I become dysregulated so quickly. Like usually I can deal with like this much stuff. And now I can deal with like this much stuff before I'm dysregulated and shutting down and stuff. So yeah. And it's exacerbated for me as it is for a lot of neurospicy women by the hormone flux of menstruating. So yeah, I'm here. Something that's been on my mind a lot is grief, because earlier this week it was my mom's birthday and she passed away, I don't know, 3 years ago now. How long have I been a teacher? Did she pass away? She passed away after my first year of teaching. Is that right? Yeah. So this is my 4th year of teaching, so 3 years-ish. And I ended up calling in on her birthday because I woke up with an anxiety attack. I was feeling panicky. I was like super dysregulated, and I didn't at first realize why. And then I realized that it was her birthday, and my relationship with my mother was very fraught. And I feel a lot of guilt about how I feel about my mom because, like, societally, you're supposed to just love your parents unconditionally. But I actually really think that that's wrong. I think that parents are supposed to love their children unconditionally, but children don't actually owe their parents anything. Like, respect has to be earned, and trust has to be earned, and loyalty has to be earned, and giving children life, which they didn't even ask for, does not guarantee that you get all of those things. And I'm frequently terrified that my children are going to feel about me the way that I felt about my mom, which I don't think they do. But I'm constantly terrified that they're going to see talking to me once they leave the house, they're going to see that as a burden and a stressful thing, even though my relationship with my children is totally different than the relationship my mom had with me and my siblings. Because my mom was highly, highly traumatized, and she was a narcissist and undiagnosed ADHD until she was in her 50s. And yeah, it was just a lot. And while I think my mom did the best that she could with the tools that she had, she didn't make me feel safe. Like, my mom is definitely the most abusive relationship I've ever had in my life. Not physically, but mentally and emotionally, very, very much so. And when she passed, I felt this huge, like, disconnect. That's not the word, but everyone was like, oh, she was such a great person. She was so kind. She was so lovely. And that was not my experience with my mom at all. Like, front facing, she was great. Like, from the outside looking in, she was kind and she was compassionate and she was those things, but she was also horrible to the people closest to her. Just terrible. So, anyway, circling back to grief. So, I miss my mom. But I don't miss my mom. I miss what has been portrayed as what a mom is supposed to be. Like, supportive and interested in their kids and just, I don't know. My mom was never those things. My mom was great to people on the outside. And, you know, some of my more casual friends were like, oh, your mom was so nice. She was so lovely. But my best friend was like, basically, FTB. She was a horrible person. So it's just, I've been processing grief all week and I've been kind of sad and kind of low energy. You know, grief and hormones will do that. And, I don't know. And Mother's Day is earlier in May. And my birthday is coming up in a few days. And I have heavy birthday trauma. Heavy birthday trauma. I would say so I'm going to be 40. So I would say at least a quarter of my birthdays have had like significant negative attachments to them. Like my 18th birthday, I was at kind of a house party thing and I woke up and that morning, like we had stayed the night and I woke up and found my boyfriend in bed with another girl. They were sleeping and he forgot it was my birthday because I confronted him later that day and and we broke up on my birthday. Another birthday, nobody remembered it was my birthday. The whole day, it fell on Memorial Day and we didn't do anything. We didn't go anywhere. We were just all at home, but doing our own things. And then my mom woke me up at 3 a.m. the next morning. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I forgot your birthday. And one year we went to the beach. This was recent. This was like 2 years ago or something. We went to the beach and had some friends come and it was not a beach day. And my sister's best friend made cupcakes and my sister literally fought me over having the first cupcake. Like, tried to push me out of the way. She ended up having the first cupcake because I was like, okay, I'm not gonna fight over having the first cupcake on my birthday. So, yeah, I have a lot of birthday trauma. I think this year is gonna be good though. And I'm just feeling about as gray as this day is, if I'm being honest. And I'm also working on this beautiful gray project. This is Musselburgh-inspired hat. The yarn is, I'm sorry, my kid is making breakfast and she's being very loud. This is Keenan hand-dyed yarn superwash sock in the colorway Siren Song. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic for my birthday. I will be at work. However, I have coverage to work on report cards, so I'll be at work, but I won't be in my classroom. And as much as I love all of my students, the end of the year is wild. It is wild. Like, these kids don't know how to act. Their parents, you can definitely tell whose parents are older and whose parents are younger, because the kids with the younger parents, my best friend just we had a discussion about this, and she posited a theory that people who are our-ish age and younger were held to such high standards by their parents, and it was so tough to gain approval that now kids are being parented too gently, and like there's not enough accountability and things like that. And I would agree. And so yeah, I don't know, I've gotten several messages in the past week being like, why is my kid failing? What do you mean, why is your kid failing? I've literally messaged every single parent who's messaged me. I've messaged them earlier in the trimester, we do trimesters, and I was like, hey, your kid isn't doing their work, or hey, your kid has missed a lot of days. They have makeup work to do. Like, what do you mean, why is your kid failing? We have 2.5 weeks left of school. Why are you bothering me now? Where were you the first 10.5 weeks of this class? I don't know. So it's just, and it's award season, so we have to get awards ready for kids, and field trips and field day and all sorts of things. And the kids are dysregulated and I'm dysregulated, and it's going to be nice to have report card time and like not have to make sure that no kids get in fights right now. Because also, why do we have school in the springtime when biologically everybody, like all the animal kingdom, right? And we're part of the animal kingdom. If you don't agree with that, I don't know what to tell you. We're part of the animal kingdom. The whole animal kingdom is looking for mates and fighting for territory. And like, spring is biologically such a weird time in the animal kingdom. There is no chill in spring. Why do we have... I would rather work during summer and have spring off. Honestly. Because spring is horrible. Like, the number of behaviors we have go up. Also, there's way too much testing. The last 8 weeks of school... Well, no. The 8 weeks before the last week of school, it's testing all in the building. And it's crazy. Why are we putting these kids through all of these tests? Theoretically, I understand it's so that we can see their growth and see how they're doing, but it's just too much testing. So they're exhausted and dysregulated. The teachers are all exhausted and dysregulated. Like, it's not good. It's not good. I'm not doing well right now. So yeah, I know this is kind of a bummer and kind of a downer, but that's where I'm at today. It's gonna be fine. I'm recording a vlog this weekend, so you'll see that probably on Tuesday. And I have plans, and I'm doing okay, but I'm not doing okay. So I just kind of wanted to, give you a reading of where I'm at right now, because it's exhausting and rough over here. But it'll be fine, and I'm actually fine. I'm just... yeah, I'm just big sigh. If you watched this, thank you so much for watching it. I would love to hear anything down in the comments below. What are you working on? How are you doing? Are you working somewhere where you also have like seasonal slumps or highs or lows? Not necessarily teaching, not necessarily this part of the year, but do you also have that? I'd love to hear about it. And I will talk to you again very soon. Bye for now, friends.